What up? This is Rama Screen, and in the anticipation of action thriller Assault on VA-33, which arrives in select theaters April 2 and on demand and on digital April 6, I'm here talking with one of the stars of this new film and one of my favorite pro wrestlers of all time, Rob Van Dam. How are you, Rob?
It's so good, so good. 2021 kicks ass, man. This is the year of reward. A lot of people have been paying a lot of dues, and having to sit through a lot. But I'm telling you, man, the energy comes around full circle this year. You feeling it?
I'm feeling it. I hope so too, man. I'm geeking out right now because I've been a fan of yours forever since I became a fan of pro wrestling. So what I love the most about your wrestling moves, Rob, is that they're powerful and effective, but there's also an acrobatic elegance to it. So much respect to that.
Thank you.
Let me start with that then. Are you still wrestling, brother? I mean, I've been missing out a lot. Does Impact Wrestling hold virtual wrestling shows?
No. Well, there, yeah. I'm not with Impact currently. The last tapings that I did with Impact were in September. So since then, I have not been wrestling on television. So I don't know if I'm going to be appearing anywhere anytime soon. I go with the flow, so I'm not trying to do anything other than juggling a million projects that I always have going on anyway, so life is good and business is good, and the wrestling world is good too. During the pandemic, nobody has the crazy schedule of being on the road all the time. So I think everyone in the business has a little bit easier, and that kind of schedule is a lot easier to handle. But when you're on the road nonstop and there's no break unless you're injured, those years are behind me.
Let me ask you a fan service question. Of all the wrestlers that you've been in the ring with, whether it be at WWE or independent circuits or like Impact, throughout your entire career, who was the most skilled, most formidable wrestler that you've ever wrestled? Who was that one?
There's so many that come to mind. I really think like the late Eddie Guerrero would be up there. Yeah, I think he'd be up there towards the top of my list, and really enjoyed his matches and the way that he understood everything in the business. Christian, who's made news recently, even Triple H comes to mind, which a lot of people would be surprised that I would mention him. But when I think about it, he's always known like what he's doing, and when he's in the ring, he's comfortable throughout the whole thing, and he's a great storyteller. There's certain guys that are leaders and certain guys that are followers, and even that's not true all the time. You get with somebody else, sometimes you normally lead and you switch, you say, I'll follow, and it depends on who's got more experience and this and that. But those guys are incredible. John Cena also, and it's so great at knowing the crowd and being able to, I don't want to use the word manipulate, but being able to get the reactions that he wants out of the crowd. He's seen as one of the best at that. So there's so many. You know what? Back like in the early 2000s when I was in WWE, and there was also like The Rock and Stone Cold and a lot of stars, Kurt Angle. The standard was much less back then of the athleticism in the ring. I stood out more because I was one of the only ones doing flips and stuff like that. Right. Yeah. But now it's like everyone does all that. And so it's like the wrestlers now are before I would say wrestlers were average 250 to 270, and now I think it's more like 160 to 180. So like I've changed a lot of the standards as far as that goes, but I can't remember how I was going to relate that to your question about who's the best. I totally I totally lost it there.
That's fine,
A
my
lot of
brother.
good, lot. Okay. Oh, I was going to tell. What I was going
Yeah.
to say was that there was room for guys back then that weren't necessarily the best. There was guys on TV that
Mhm.
fans would be like, "Oh, that guy sucks. You know, why are you pushing him?" There's no room for anybody like that anymore. Everybody, even the guys that you think might be the least good, they're still really, really good just to even be on TV now.
Well, of course, we got to talk about your latest project, Assault on VA-33. You played one of the bad guys named Zero, who was hysterical in my book. This is my favorite character of all throughout the whole movie. He's so chill, and he has this Van duty, Rob Van Dam. So, what was your impression when you first read Zero on the script? And do you feel at ease when doing a bit of humor or comedy, or is comedy something that you have to warm up to?
I feel comfortable with it. A lot of it has to do with understanding the script and being able to, I guess, visualize and know the dynamics behind not just what they're saying, but why they're saying it in a conversation. And there's a lot to it, but I'm comfortable doing comedy. I do stand up sometimes. It's
Oh.
nothing that I'm like trying to do like full time, but I've been doing that since like 2006 or 2007. Like sometimes I go when I like to write a set and go up on stage, and I like to try to remember it and deliver it, get that gratification back. I enjoy that whole thing. So this is cool. I'm comfortable. Chris, the director, is a really good friend of mine. So that makes me really comfortable too, because I know no matter how bad I do, he's not going to kick me off.
You said you're juggling a million projects, and of course, you
Yeah.
also do voice work for several video games. So, when it comes to these gigs, do you get picky on which one you want to do, or are you open to any offer or any opportunity that comes your way?
So I'm picky as far as here's what my standards are.
Mm.
They gotta be looking for RVD.
Ah,
So
yeah.
I hate doing auditions. You know what I mean? Like I hate it. My agent used to tell me, "Well, can you just videotape yourself reading the lines and send it in?" Like, oh my god, like that's
Mm.
that's great for actors that really are actors at heart, that really love the whole. I hope that I'm not ruining the traditional arts of it by stepping in and doing some of these movies and stuff, because I don't have it in my heart to go down to stage on Broadway when I'm not on film. That's not. And also I'm comfortable knowing that I have limits. I'm not gonna be the rapper or the ballerina, or like someone like The Rock that could do every single dimension. He's great. That's uh for me. The part's got to be something cool that I'm comfortable with. And I'm just an opportunist. If it's something that is just going to make me look bad, or be something I can't relate to, then I'm probably not going to be interested. And again, like when it comes to like the open cattle call, those days are behind me. Showing up with 20 other meatheads that are all just sitting there and one in tank tops with their muscles out with the script. Are you here for the part of Bo? Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Now,
Yeah.
I guess this leads me to my final and ultimate question. I want to know what your opinion is, because as a fan of wrestlers, a fan of wrestlers and a fan of wrestling, over the years, of course, I notice the Miz or Triple H or Big Show, dabble in on-screen acting, but we also see John Cena and The Rock, who see acting as a transition to something more permanent. Where do you stand on that, Rob? And is that part of your horizon, part of your goal, or you're not interested in that?
It's not that I'm not interested. I just don't think that's where my personal affinity is. Or, um, I The Rock is so damn good, and I love everything that he does. You know what I mean? Like everything that I watch him do, he's got the charm, he's got the looks, he's funny, everything. He's so good. I don't see me as being that actor. When I did my one starring role, it was called Wrong Side of Town. Everybody was filling my head up like I was going to be the next big action star, even on a B level, which would have been great for me. They're saying we're going to do Wrong Side 2 and 3, and we're gonna film them back to back, and we're gonna do all this. And while I'm on the set, you know, they were, you're doing so great, man. You're gonna surprise so many people. The Carson Lorenz, one of the producers on it, he also produced Harold and Kumar. That's where he made all his money. This guy, he had a dinner meeting with me on the when we were shooting Wrong Side of Town to see if I was interested in the script he had that was written by the guy that did Con Air and Die Hard. And it was a bigger script. And he saw me as being this action guy. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be an action star. And it went to my head. I'd fly from the hotel to the set. I would just like, I wouldn't wear my seatbelt, and I would just like go, yeah, I'd be going 90 miles an hour. Action star coming through, action star, out of my way, people. And you know, none of that ever happened. Actually, they ended up, hey, should we put Batista on it? Yeah, let's get Batista on it. The director, Dave DeFalco, fell in love with Batista, and I think Carson Lorenz did too. And then all of a sudden, they were going to do the sequels with him, which didn't get done. But Dave went on to have an awesome movie career. He's doing great, obviously. But you know, I'm an opportunist. If there was the right tailored path for me, then I would be interested. But I don't have the ego to say I just need a chance to show my skills. I just want they just see me one time and they'll know. Nah, I'm not like that.
Well, I tell you this much, Rob. I hope I get to see Van Daminator again in action. I love you, man. So big fan.
Awesome.